everyone! I'm Clara from the future, and I'll be narrating Nahida's challenge. Sean told me about what was happening with Lyndon while I was gone for a while, taking care of some business. I'm glad he's feeling so much better now. He has some stuff he needs to take care of, so I'll be taking over for the last 2 challenges. You can always rely on me with my Star Rail experience. For Nahida, besides some of the sub-bosses, this will be more tricky. Mainly since Nahida provides passive damage through her skill and doesn't really fight that much. The first sub-boss, which is easier to implement, is Wanderer, but this time without his mech and is more challenging. The first phase starts off normal as he flies around and casts his wind blades. As the second phase begins, he calls Faruzan to support him by buffing his damage and pulling us with her skill and burst, which comes into play when Don Sombrero grabs and flies us up in the air, leading to his burst like in the trailer. Speaking of which, a YouTuber named Crying Aqua made 3 videos of us Honkai Star Rail characters meeting Genshin Impact characters. What interested me the most is seeing me and Mr. Svarog, who raised me growing up, compared to Nahida and Hat Guy. If you ask me, I honestly don't see the similarities between us. If anything, me and Svarog would be more similar to the Fatui Harbinger Sandrone and her mech. A couple of other sub-bosses me and Sean could think of are Alhaitham and Cyno. The main problem is that they are both main DPS who rely on their supports helping them apply Quicken, unless they both take turns in the same boss fight. For Cyno, what we can say is during the first phase, it starts as a normal fight. For the second phase, he goes into his burst form as he reveals his true powers to us, letting us know how impressed he is and won't hold back. He also calls Tignari, which is how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Al-Tighnari.
Because that's the way it's supposed to be spelled and pronounced. But for some reason, somebody decided that it ought to be pronounced
Tainari.
Why? Why?
And also Kole over to help set up his reactions from a distance. All we can say is that he charges at us a lot and does his quick hits. For Cyno's ultimate ability, either Tignari or Kole start off with a stun arrow, which gives Cyno the opportunity to charge up and go for a massive leaping claw strike. Thinking about it now, this cutscene would have been amazing as a boss fight.
Cyno.
For Alhaitham, on the other hand, Sean, although he has more experience with his gameplay, doesn't know what to expect without his quicken reaction, other than his assassin playstyle teleporting from everywhere. And more importantly, his mirrors, since he doesn't have a dedicated electro support from Sumeru other than Dori. But would that really be a good option? Unless the stage has a mechanism that constantly applies electro for him. For the first phase, Alhaitham decides to go a bit easy by not using his teleports. During the second phase, he goes serious as he occasionally starts teleporting from different directions, unpredictably. For his ultimate ability, he teleports at us multiple times while striking and does a powerful finishing blow similar to the Fatui agents, but it slows us down as we recover. Afterwards, he triggers his burst, like his gameplay is based on the mirrors he has left. We feel like we did slightly better at explaining Cyno, but either way, let us know what you guys think.
What do we have here?
For Nahida's challenge, we decided to have Nilou as the surprise main boss, because neither me or Sean knows that much on what else to expect from Nahida, besides her passive skill damage and burst providing buffs. Also, during the Scaramouche fight in the Archon quest, she didn't really fight that much since she stayed behind while supporting the Traveler, who kinda reminds me of Stell the Trailblazer from the Astral Express, who is like a big sister to me. She even said herself she wasn't that good in fights, but she still provides amazing support in game and manipulating the Scaramouche fight. Either way, this is an amazing duo since Nilou is one of Nahida's biggest supporters. Plus, they shared a banner face together before. She could be in the background as she supports Nilou through applying her Dendro abilities. During the first phase, Nahida would occasionally mark us through her skill and hit us with some of her ranged attacks, which also includes her charged hit that could slow, making it easier for Nilou to set up her blooms. To make this a bit more interesting, Nilou should be immune to her blooms. During the second phase, Nahida will summon Dendro turrets, while Nilou could have a charm ability, which is where Nahida's charged hit comes into better play, where Nilou follows with her charm stunning us, giving her the best opportunity to lead into her full skill combo. For the last phase, Nahida unleashes her shrine, amplifying both her
I'm
and...
gonna beat the shit out of you.
Wait a minute, did I just hear that right? Anyways, Nahida's charged hit slow will last a lot longer, and her turrets can entangle us with vines after getting charged up to a certain point. Nilou's blooms will do more damage, while her charm duration will be increased as well. And she gains her ultimate ability where she does a full skill combo first setting up her blooms, then unleashes her burst, which immediately detonates all Dendro seeds, which would make shielders more recommended for this. At the end of the fight, I can see Nahida congratulating us and acknowledging Nilou's efforts.
I once borrowed someone else's body to ask her if she'd mind allowing Lesser Lord Kusanali to watch her dance. Actually, I had already watched her lots of times before in secret, but I wanted to attend her dance at the Sub-Zero's festival properly, in person, as a sign of respect. Anyway, it turned out that she gently declined the offer. I was a little sad about that.
Well, anyways, let us know your ideas for how this would go. A lot of people may or may not know who this streamer is, but share this video with Mr. Montau. Me and Sean are sure he must have some good ideas since he's a Nilou main. Also, like the video if you enjoyed. Share this information with as many people as possible. And subscribe for more of Sean's content in the future. We're gonna let this instrumental play out through the outro. Go check out Farabi's channel for more creative Genshin instrumentals. Stay tuned for the next Archon challenge.
Forget it.
Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!